So I'm just going to talk tonight because I just need to talk. I have never been quiet about my battles with anxiety and depression. Everybody has something they battle. I've always believed that firmly. No matter what it is, some kind of trauma or a mental health struggle or whatever. I've always wanted to empower people. And so I just feel like, why not share about what I go through? And so tonight is a really big struggle that I'm feeling tonight. A lot of anxiety, and my anxiety triggers my depression. And admissions like this push you to the limit. I am somebody that I am at my best when I have a routine, and whenever I feel that my life is stable and I am in control of what I do and do not do and am not subjected to. And wouldn't it be wonderful if that was always the case for all of us? But hospital admissions like this push you to your limit because you have no control. You have so little control over what's going on and in your routines, and you are just pushed so far out of your comfort zone. We had to move rooms when we're in our third room of this admission. Third room. We woke up this morning and I was told that a cockroach had been found in our room before, while we were sleeping. And and that is horrifying to me on so many levels. Amongst the many obvious reasons that something like that is horrifying, Paige is allergic to cockroaches. And how does that happen? I get that we're in a hospital and that people are constantly coming and going in and out of these rooms. And of course the hospital does its best for pest control and things. But just, did it have to happen to us? There's an emergency here at the Walmart. Oh no. Anyway, so I'm woken up with one of my favorite people standing over me telling me that we're gonna have to switch rooms. And the more it sank in, the more I was panicking. I had 3 panic attacks in the course of 2 hours. We stripped everything that was not necessary out of our room. Andy had stayed the night with us and was leaving to go home today. And so I just, if it wasn't necessary for us, we packed it into big giant laundry bags and just threw it in the back of his truck and sent it home so I can deal with it when we leave on Tuesday. And all of our laundry, except the very clothes on our back, was thrown into the laundry room on the floor. Not Not the floor, but like the pediatric floor that we're on, the 5th floor, thrown into the laundry so it could be sanitized. The kicker is that their washing machine needs to be replaced, and so it's barely functioning. And so all of our laundry is taking hours and hours and hours to do. And I'm at Walmart right now to get underwear. And then Paige had to have another pick dressing change today. And it was a little difficult for her. Her arm is better. A lot better. The blisters are gone. And her skin's no longer cracking under the bandages. But it was tough for her because it's still a lot of moving of the pick itself to get it into these little, they call them, I can't think of the name right now. Anyway, it's this little butterfly type thing that clamps over the little wings on the pick to keep it from moving. And there's a lot of moving to get into that on a typical basis. And this time, part of the little wing thing got jammed, and it was just this whole fiasco of trying to get her bandaged. And that was really hard on her. And she's so tough through it. She just kept saying, I can deal with this. You know, I can do it. It's okay. And, you know, at one point, I just had to turn to her. You know, and I had her look at me, and I said, I want you to know, baby girl, that this is not going to be your life. You are not going to have a life full of pick changes and people constantly having to put you in a situation where you have to keep trying to be so tough. And of course, she's like, yeah, Mom, okay. Because I don't know if it really hits her, how much she really goes through, and how life isn't meant to be this constant struggle of trying to pretend you're okay and just having to deal. Her pick got changed, though, and her nurses are wonderful. And her nurses are wonderful, and her pick got changed, and so we were able to get her some lunch, finally, some brunch, because from the minute she woke up until the minute that pick change was done was just almost, actually, no, I'm sorry. She ate lunch before her pick change. Like a brunch that was supposed to be breakfast. And meanwhile, our room is just completely torn apart again. Our laundry's in the washing machine. You know it is. It's 8 o'clock at night. And the first load is barely done, and there's at least 3. And I'm just... And it is... I keep getting a phone call. Anyway, it is just tough. You know, these 2-week admissions just test everything that you are. Especially when you are somebody that relies on routine and familiarity to help stabilize your own mental health. You know, and then the extra expenses that this one has incurred, and right before Christmas, no less. It's just pushing me to the edge of what I feel like I can deal with. And it's insanity, because I know I can deal with these admissions. I've been dealing with them for 10 years. Literally, Paige's first admission was when she was 1.5 years old. And she's currently 10.5. You know, so literally about 10 years. You know, and we have been through admissions that are so much worse than this and so much better. But this one is just testing so much of me. I'm tired. And I want to be home, and I'm tired of shuffling, and I'm tired of watching Paige get to sleep between midnight and 1 because her schedule is all messed up. Her last oral antibiotic of the day is at midnight. And treatments every 4 hours, and you know, she's been in this pattern of treatments 4 times a day and antibiotics and things for 8 weeks now. 8 weeks. You know, it's not like it's just been almost 2 weeks of pushing like this. No, it's been 8. And we have so many people that reach out and let us know, you know, that if we need anything, that they're right there. But everything, we are so blessed that there's nothing that we really need. But at the same time, everything that we need is also things that other people can't really help us with. You know, how do I ask somebody, do you know? Hold on, we're gonna pause. Okay, just another phone call. But how do we ask somebody, you know, for stability or predictability, or, you know, how do you ask for those things? How do you ask somebody for a more comfortable couch to sleep on while your daughter is admitted, or for quiet, you know, when people are asking how they can help us? How do you do that? And so, you know, I'm not being rude or turning anybody down, you know, when I say I'll let you know, and I never have to get in contact with them to say, hey, you know, we need this. It's not that, it's just that there's not really anything anybody can help with right now. And we just have to endure and keep pushing through this and just keep thinking about home and our comfortable bed and not having to worry about switching rooms every few days. Okay, I had to pause again and take a phone call. Anyway, I just needed to make this video and just vent. I haven't made, you know, much for videos in a couple days because it's always quiet on weekends at the hospital, so there's not much to video. I do want to video Paige's pic being wrapped for a shower, and maybe 1 or 2 other things while we're here in this admission. My anxiety is helped when I have a plan, you know, and just things that I can do to kind of get through and pass the time and stuff. So focus on video ideas and just getting through. We're gonna be released on Tuesday, it sounds like. Paige will have PFTs, her lung function testing, on Monday, and she's gonna do a 2-hour fasting glucose test on Monday to start screening for cystic fibrosis related diabetes. And so we'll probably film that, or you know, film as it happens. I'm not going to film for 2 hours straight, but she will get a blood draw in the morning, and then she will drink the nasty syrup stuff, and then wait 2 hours, and then get another blood draw. And then we will have a good idea of what her sugars have been, and begin, really regularly tracking and watching and monitoring for cystic fibrosis related diabetes. And that's standard of care for all children and adults. Children over the age of 10 and adults. So anyway, that's the plan for now. Hopefully Tuesday morning we'll get her pick pulled early and then be able to hit the road early and just get home and shower in our own showers. And our room right now doesn't even have a shower in it. The floor has some rooms with showers for longer stays and some rooms without showers for shorter stays. And so they put us in the best room they had available. I know that. This hospital really is wonderful. And things like, cockroaches can't be helped. I mean, people bring these things in with them, and stuff. And so all the nurses, the supervisor, the nursing supervisor, I think was her title, even she came in and checked on us. And Paige's doctor came and checked on us, and all these different nurses came and checked on us, and just, it's such an atmosphere of caring no matter what happens, and it is such a wonderful hospital and such wonderful care and staff, and it helps. Oh, I could not imagine going through admissions if we had unfamiliar faces each time. We have been there. When Paige was a lot younger, we were at a hospital with a very high turnover rate for nurses, and you never knew what to expect, and the standard of care between nurses even was different. So we are incredibly blessed, and that is what helps ground me a lot, even though I feel like my anxiety is just at an all-time high today. But everything happens for a reason, and we really will be okay. And Paige's health really is good right now, and we're finishing this day, and things are going to be well. But I just needed a minute, and I felt it was something I needed to share with you guys. Because we're on this effort of trying to shine some more light on this life with cystic fibrosis. And Paige is the one with cystic fibrosis, and it's Paige's admission and Paige's medications and Paige's therapies and everything that Paige goes through. But it's not so simply cystic fibrosis, because it's not just that, like I have on my Facebook page, it's not so simply anything. It's all these different emotions tied to it, and the way it affects, the child's mother and father and sibling, and, eventually it's going to affect her spouse, and hopefully she'll have children, and we're at an age where cystic fibrosis is gaining more notoriety than ever. More awareness is being raised than ever. And we're also at an age where it's very possible that my daughter may not have to deal with these things in just a few years. Trials, studies are beginning now in regards to in an effort to answer the question of, is it possible to begin to cut back and even cut out some of the treatments necessary to live with cystic fibrosis? Because of Trikafta, we literally get to ask ourselves the question, is this even going to be necessary anymore? The vesting and the nebulizing medications and the admissions and all the pills and all of these things. I mean, certainly some of it is still going to be necessary no matter what. But for the first time in the entire history of the entire world, are we so close to finding a cure for a disease that has rivaled, you know, and I don't know how much truth there is behind this, but I've always heard that cystic fibrosis is the #1 genetic killer of children. You know, is it? And is it really at a point in time where we can say, are we potentially finding the pill necessary to make that question irrelevant? You know, is this really the #1 genetic killer of children? I don't know. There's a lot that I'm thinking and going through my head, a lot that comes with anxiety, and it kind of does make me bounce all over the place to different things. But I'm going to pick up some Benadryl while I'm here at Walmart, and I'm going to try to put myself to bed a little extra early tonight. And Paige's doctor is ordering her some melatonin, so hopefully she can go to bed a little bit earlier, even though she has a midnight oral antibiotic. And hopefully she can wake up just long enough to take that antibiotic and go right back to sleep, so that maybe we're getting more than just a few hours of uninterrupted sleep each night. Because she does the oral at 2 or at midnight, and then she does IVs at 2 again. And then people are already trying to break down our door at 7 a.m. to get things going. So, anyway, hopefully we both get some good sleep tonight. The room we're in now has a wonderful view. You know, it has a lot of sunlight. Hopefully it's the change we need, the boost we need. That in combination with the sleep tonight will hopefully make it so that both of us can endure the rest of this day a little bit better. But anyway, thanks for listening and watching. And it's nice just to have a place to go and just put all this out there. And I know I am not the only one that struggles with anxiety and depression, and I know I'm not the only one that struggles with it in regards to the health of my child. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody too. And I hope that I'm not looked at as crazy and unstable or anything else, because I'm very stable. I just feel things really strongly sometimes, and I've been through a lot in my life, so I think I'm entitled to a little bit of anxiety. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop rambling now before I embarrass myself anymore, but I'll check in tomorrow, hopefully.